It's interesting actually the way they've done that, Hughes, because it's, you know, they've cleverly brought in John Mitchell ostensibly to look after their attack, having been England's defence coach. Matt Everard's there as well, but there's no question that Matt Everard, as will Richard Blaze, be drawing on all the influence that John Mitchell brings in so many different aspects to that coaching team now.
Of course, it's not just coaching the players, but coaching the coaches.
Irish, meantime, driving over the line and scoring. Well, you never say never in these parts. We've been around too long to know that. And Tom Pearson at the centre of it all scores the try that just keeps the light flickering.
It's an area of the game, the line out where I feel like London Irish have been under a lot of pressure, and Wasps have done a really good job. This is a really nice little move where they shift the point of the drive around the front, recognising they've got the scrum half there. Difficult job for him to stop three forwards barrelling onto him.
He's only 22, Tom Pearson. Les Kiss was talking to us a little earlier about his spectacular Premiership debut this season down at Sandy Park in the wind down there. What he will have learned this season. Paddy Jackson with 2 more points that will help in his quest to win the Golden Boot. Irish 21, Wasps 39, 18 points in it, 12 minutes to play. You never know, you never know.
Well, in the race to the top 8, it's so important that they throw everything into just trying to get that 4th try, which will give them a point.
This is Van Rensburg.
Inside. Yes, please, you're inside.
White takes his time. Clears along to Kibarigi. Brad Shields not far away. He will then be there to make sure that the ball comes back for Will Porter. Harris being with us for the bulk of the match. The early change for Tom West.
Played back in, so not an option.
Off that left boot, Charlie Atkinson. Oh, it was a decent kick. And it put Jackson under an awful lot of pressure.
Yeah, you've only got to compare and contrast the last 2 kicks. The one from White, it's only Joseph on his own chasing that versus the pressure that Jackson found himself under, and now Joseph found himself under again.
Well, he did brilliantly to find some space, and in the end there wasn't quite enough for Henry Arundell, even Henry Arundell, to deal with it, but decent enough work. A reminder, rugby tonight, once we're done here, we'll be talking about head injuries, what we might do about them going forwards, and I'm sure that we'll also spend some time looking ahead to next weekend, quarterfinals in the Champions Cup, Challenge Cup, and we start with that on Friday night, Gloucester and Saracens. Champions Cup quarterfinals, every single one of them. Munster, Toulouse, Leicester, Leinster, La Rochelle, Montpellier, Racing and Sale. Offer you a ticket to one of those quarterfinals, Ed. All expenses paid on the BT Fun bus. Which one would you go to?
You're going to have to repeat them, Nick. Sorry, I was staring at what line-out London Irish were going in with us.
No, brilliant. No, tell us about the line-out. What did you learn from that line-out, Ed?
What did I learn?
Yes.
I learned that Wasps were putting them under enormous pressure. They just can't get their game going off the line-out at the moment because as I say, Wasps are putting them under pressure.
Brilliant. The ticket's gone, by the way. I'm going to offer it to a mate because you weren't paying attention. Your fault.
I'm just being honest, I didn't want to say something stupid.
Here goes Curtis Rona. You can watch from your sofa like everybody else. Here's Rona again.
It's off a Wasps player's back. Play on. Let go on the floor.
Ooh, it's
They're both up contesting for ball.
one back.
Let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
Dan Frost on the floor. It was great work in those. Actually, I think Miller Mills, who came away with it. Either way, great work, great scavenging work for Wasps.
Good work.
Into the final 10 minutes.
Yes, please. Onside.
Here goes Arundell. Pearson, Jackson. And Simmons behind Van Rensburg. Back to Jackson. Arundell. Here's the adventure. Here's the quality. Oh, Arundell's gone. This kid's something special.
That's what you want to do when you get off the bench. Make an impact. He scored off a chip and chase on Tuesday night. I just love his decision making. He looks up, so I'm not running into his brick wall. Chip over the top, find the space, ride that collision, and then accelerate away. Quality, composure, execution, and pace. That's equally as impressive as well. Powerful, strong, hard running.
And it's the bonus point try.
7 to go, lads. Let's keep on it.
He qualifies for England, Wales, Scotland and Cyprus, apparently, Henry Arundell. Sure that Cyprus would love him. And it's a converted try, and it's worth watching again and worth watching several times. Actually born in Cyprus. Atkinson just pulled up a little lane there off the restart where he stubbed his toe, pulled a muscle, but he seems fine. He's running freely now, just trying to cover some space as Irish manipulate the ball and take some risk, and Houhard not far away.
Yeah, a bit of a scuff at the kick-off, Nick, but it worked out quite nicely in the end. Josh Bassett just couldn't quite collect it.
It's easy to forget that he is still only in his second year out of school, Charlie Atkinson. It wasn't so long ago that he was fretting about A-level results rather than restarts. We spent an awful lot of time today happily talking about plenty of bright young players with big futures ahead of them.
Well, let's go. Get me back, Jay. Come on, bro. Bind. Set.
A bit more than 5 minutes to play. Wasps with an 11-point cushion. Irish have the penalty. Keep reminding ourselves that this is a fixture that often delivers the extraordinary, particularly late on. And Will Joseph on a weaving run. 19-year-old who'd have watched his big brother Jonathan yesterday. Now White over the top, and he's chasing. Oh, and he's got it away to Pearson. And Rona's there, part of the clear-out crew. And Irish are starting to hum. And Jackson and Van Rensburg and Maffey. Oh, that was very decent defending from Bassett, though, up quickly. Just to gum things up as Irish were beginning to move. Pearson, Hassell-Collins, Rona, Joseph. Arundell looked just in front of him, so Joseph holds on. Kihenya, Rona, Simmons, Jackson. It's wonderful. And this is Matt Cornish. He's got a long way to chug to the line, but he takes Atkinson down with him. Maffey comes in. Had some work to do to win that ball back, and they did. And Jackson and Rona over the head of Tuisui, who let it go, and Joseph, and now Hassell-Collins with some space to run into. Hassell-Collins and a dog woo. He's asking an awful lot there. But what a 60 seconds that was.
Oh, well, there was plenty to talk about, wasn't there? Some of the offloading, just keeping the ball alive, playing from coast to coast.
You're better than that.
That's another lovely touch, isn't it?
Time off, please.
Not all of the execution was brilliant, but a bonkers passage of play.
Time's on.
Aggregate points per match. over the last 3 fixtures between these two. 68 points, 75 points, 67 points at the moment, with the threat of more to come and more big hits. And James Gaskell has just been obliterated, or at least semi-obliterated, by Tuasuin. Irish going again, and Arundell and Hassell-Collins. And do not turn off your television just yet, because it's London Irish and it's Wasps. Do not turn it off. This fixture.
This game was over. James Gaskell takes a seat. I mean, this level of collision is massive. Tuasuin putting in his second game of the week, gets him onto the front foot. Arundell steams into the space, takes on Atkinson and Hassell-Collins. It's a simple finish for him. But a game that was finished 20 minutes ago has come back to life. And now this kick of Paddy Jackson is so big.
It is a biggie, it's a biggie, and he threads it. And extraordinarily, 2 minutes to go, and Irish are back within 4. And a reminder that not so long ago, they trailed by 25 points. Zach Kibarigi's try put Wasps 39-14 up. Look at it now.
You have to give credit to Henry Arundell coming on the pitch. Probably showing some of those older players how to execute. He's been fantastic.
Well, you mentioned at half-time. In terms of comebacks, it was Wasps last year, wasn't it?
Time on.
Well. Jacob Amanga's on. Takes the place of Zach Kibarigi. Van Rensburg takes it. 2 minutes to go. Hold the tee. Rogerson. And the buzz around this stadium, well, not quite so much now. Those voices are Wasp voices. It's a penalty, and they'll take all the time in the world, you'd imagine, to slot this one over.
Well, we highlighted the 7s at the beginning of the game, and Jack Willis probably had a little bit of a quiet game for him, I'd say. But he comes up trumps when Wasps need him to, and the momentum in the game had swung completely in London Irish's favour.
He's taken this thing out of his tail, hasn't he? The atmosphere is that fever pitch up until that point. It's amazing. You're often looking for game-changer moments, and Henry Arundell certainly had a couple of those. But sometimes just getting your head over the ball, winning your team a penalty, can be just as important in a tight affair.
Going to get the Gallagher player of the match once we've seen this kick. Is that your job, Hughes, or Ed?
It is.
It's not the new boy; it's the old boy's job. This is one just to put a lid on it for Wasps and Jacob Amanga. Off it goes, through it goes. Still have time for the restart, and there's 7 points in it, and we know how much Irish like a draw. So we're still not closing the book just yet. Got to win it back from the restart. Oh, which they haven't. Pughard has it, and they've got 10 seconds to squeeze out. It was interesting to see Will Porter just looking up to the clock there. He knows exactly how long there is to go. And Irish won't be getting what would have been a record-breaking 5th draw of the season. Oh, maybe they will. That's a significant drive. Maybe they will. The ball's there. They've got the penalty. Rona takes it quickly. Why didn't they drive for the corner?
Oh, penalty as well.
It's another penalty. Surely you just kick into the corner, don't you?
But they will now, surely.
Well, Rona gets a reprieve. Jackson says corner. Enough of your backs nonsense. Let's get the forwards going. Listen to this.
London Irish scored round the front of the line out last time they're down here. It'll be interesting to see what they decide to do this time.
They need a converted try, so it'll be a tough conversion even if they go over, but they're driving toward... Oh, they think they've scored!
Must have.
They think they've scored. Simmons leading the celebrations. Craig Maxwell-Keys will surely need help from his TMO Dean Richards.
But his question is huge now.
Stand up. Stand up. Stand up.
Well, last to get up are Facundo Hehenya
I don't have a grounding.
and maybe significantly Albert Tuisui.
What happens? Yes.
Right, he
Dean
doesn't
on
have a
field, no
grounding.
try. Don't have a grounding. So let's check whether there is a grounding that we can clearly see. Roll it all the way back to the start of the line.
So it's up to our replay operators and
Absolutely, yeah.
Dean Richards to see if we can see something here. Tuisui has it and he holds on to it and he twists and he turns and he drives over.
Seeing the actions of White forward.
I am. Roll that. Okay, so this will be a really good angle.
It's a penalty try. It's a penalty try.
Mike,
Ed, Launchbury can't do that, surely.
that's really clear.
No, he can't, no. And the momentum that Irish have behind that as well.
Let's have a listen.
Start, please, just the box over looking off again.
We go from the first. Here it comes.
The throw's fine, ball's at the front, access to the ball carrier.
Look at
The
Launchbury.
setup's good. Four collapse. So penalty try, yellow card.
Absolutely.
And that's the end of the game. They don't need to take the conversion, do they? You agree, Malcolm? Time's up. So it's penalty try. There's no need for a conversion.
Honestly, honestly.
Four collapse.
When Wasps led 39-14, who saw this coming? Tables turned. Last season it was Wasps doing the late burgling and Irish having to suck it up. Today it's Wasps having to suck it up. What an extraordinary fixture this one is. Can we just play this one every weekend? It's astonishing. And it's London Irish's 5th and record-breaking Premiership draw of the season. Newcastle had 4 about 10 years ago. No one's ever drawn 5 in a season. Irish have now, and in the most ridiculously bonkers fashion. Pity those who left early to put the kettle on. Final score, London Irish 42, Wasps 42.